Hey everybody, Carson Kelly here. Welcome back to a new video here on the YouTube channel. And today it's a very special video because I have been given the opportunity to interview a very cool gentleman who has been acting in the world of Hollywood and film and television and video games for around almost 2 decades now. Very cool guy, and I hope you enjoy our interview that we did. And please be sure to read the blog on CarsonKellyBlogs.com, where I discuss more of the interview, but in a readable format. And I hope you enjoy this special interview, which is part of a new category here on my YouTube channel called Special Presentations. These videos won't happen all the time, but when they do, it's going to be a very special presentation. And I am very honored and very thankful and happy to have been given this opportunity to interview Mr. Stephen OYoung. So everybody, please enjoy this special interview that I did with Stephen OYoung, talking about his career, his journey as an actor in Hollywood, and his upcoming project, Mission Impossible, alongside talking about the possibilities of Marvel Spider-Man 3, and of course, some recent internet things going on where he is currently in the rumor mill to be playing Mr. Negative in Spider-Man Brand New Day. So that's very cool. We touch on that a little bit. And let me know how I do below in the comments, because this is my first ever interview ever here on the YouTube channel, and I believe this is a great first interview. And I hope to do more interviews like this in the future. Now, this is an introduction, and I know many of you who will be watching this video are not used to my channel. But don't worry, I usually do have long intros, and for this special reason, I plan to have a special intro. But don't worry, I'm about to wrap it up right now. Please enjoy the interview I have had with Mr. Stephen OYoung. Please enjoy the video, everybody. Have a great day, and I'll see you at the outro. Take care, everybody. Peace. And remember, with great power comes great responsibility. All right.
So, taking time out of your day, and I appreciate it. So,
and I thank you for this opportunity once more. And to kick it off with the first question, Stephen. Stephen, you had an incredible 18-year career in Hollywood with notable roles in Twister, Star Wars Rogue One, John Wick 3, Thor, and Independence Day Resurgence. Looking back on those roles of yours, what has been the most rewarding part of your journey so far?
oh man, I think it's really just working to work with high-level people, to work on movies that are special, that have a wide reach. That's all I ever wanted to do. And so the fact that I'm able to have that kind of experience, that is very gratifying to me.
Yes. And they're pretty good movies, I'll say. They're some of my favorites, to be honest with you. John Wick, movies.
Oh, man, yes. And listen, all the stories you hear about Keanu Reeves are true. He is the nicest guy. The nicest guy. So
my all-time favorite movie from him is probably Speed. That's a good one.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yes. But, The Matrix is actually the one that got me into martial arts. I mean, I was doing martial arts as a kid, but that was the first time I kind of realized maybe I could do this professionally and get paid to do it. So I always give a shout out to Keanu Reeves for that one.
That's awesome. And you appeared in so many iconic franchises across film and television. Is there one role or project that stands out as a turning point in your career, or that you're particularly proud of the most?
It has to be Insomniac, Sony, Marvel's Spider-Man, the longest title ever, right? But it has to be Spider-Man, because I worked as a stunt performer, always trying to be an actor. But as a stunt performer, no one sees your face, right? And no one cares. You're basically just a bag of meat. And so I spent many years doing that. They're the unsung heroes. And then, even as an actor, you're working from the bottom and trying to climb. And finally, I get Spider-Man, this video game, which video games actually gross more than feature films on a yearly basis, right? It's a huge market.
Oh
That
yeah.
is the one that really turned everything in my career. I mean, that is the first time that people actually start to recognize me in my entire life. So I'm always thankful and grateful to Spider-Man, and also the fact that they modeled Mr. Negative after my face. They didn't have to do that, right? Because it's a video game, they could just use my voice, but they did that, and so I'm always grateful to the team for that.
It's definitely one of my favorite games, and we'll definitely tap into more of Spider-Man here
Oh,
today.
sure, yeah,
Next
absolutely.
for you is from your role in Good Trouble to Star Wars Skeleton Crew. You've dabbled in a variety of genres on the TV. How do you approach switching between different type of characters and genres with such a wide range of roles?
Well, you just uh, you learn the style of whatever show or movie that you're on, and then you try to be, for myself anyways, I try to be as realistic as possible and as natural as possible. And that's really all there is to it. So whether that's drama or comedy, there is a truth to the characters that you're really just trying to tap into. And now I sound like an acting coach, but that's really all it is.
In your upcoming role in a Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning alongside the great, amazing Tom Cruise. Can you share
Yes.
any details about your role? And we know it's under wraps, some things, but what can fans expect from the upcoming film?
Okay, well, I can say that I'm a good guy. So that's a first. I play so many bad guys in my career. And again, I'm known for being a bad guy. So this was a nice change of pace. And especially working with my hero, Tom Cruise, and not having to fight him, that was nice. Took the pressure off.
How was it seeing some of the stunts he would do like on set and stuff like that? Because I watched some of his stunts on YouTube and I'm just mind blown. This dude's like a real life Tarzan.
Yeah, especially coming from a stunt background, being a fight coordinator myself and a martial artist myself. Again, the stories are true, right? I feel like watching
Awesome.
him do the stuff, I'll be honest, right? This might be controversial, but there are a lot of actors that cannot walk and talk at the same time. So, and when you're in a stunt career, you have to train a lot of actors. Thankfully, all the big name actors that I ever trained, they've been fantastic. But I've heard horror stories. So the fact that I saw Tom do his thing and he was incredibly proficient at everything. I really felt like this guy was maybe training to be a super spy. Maybe being a superstar is just his cover, because he was very gracious. He showed us his training regimen. He showed us the gym that he trains in between scenes that he's working on. I'm like, this guy, he is the real deal. Yeah,
Okay. I got one more Mission Impossible question for you. Mission
absolutely.
Impossible films are known for their high stakes action and mind blowing stunts. How does it feel to be part of such a massive action franchise? Were there any memorable experience on the set that you could share with us today?
Ah, let's see. Well, one memorable experience not on the set was I had gone on like a little week-long vacation with my wife and family-in-law.
That's
And
awesome.
we came back to England and I was going to shoot the next week. And it was a Friday. This is during Wimbledon. I go to this fancy restaurant with the family and as I'm waiting for the table, I feel two hands slap my shoulders. I thought it was my brother-in-law. So I turn around thinking it's my family, and it's Tom Cruise and Chris from Macquarie. And we just so happened to get reservations at their favorite restaurant that they eat at, right? And I was just blown away. And he took pictures with us and he paid for our dinner. And everybody at the restaurant was like, who is this family that Tom is being so nice to? So that was and then, yeah, that was, you talk about like an awesome boss. Those two are the coolest bosses. Yeah, that was
Maybe
my
one
Mission
day,
Impossible.
maybe one day I can interview Mr. Cruz. It'd be pretty cool.
Hey, Hey, you're literally 1 degree separated from him. So there you go. Yeah, it'll happen. I believe it.
Hmm. The next batch of questions is just a reflection on your career. You mentioned that you dreamed of getting your big break in your 40s. What's it like now to see some of many of those dreams come to fruition with major projects like Mission Impossible and, of course, the Marvel Spider-Man games?
Well, I always tell people I can retire now. I don't want to retire, but I feel like I can retire now.
Yeah, you
So
can
yeah.
get. We need you on the big screen for Mr.
Oh,
Negative.
thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Yeah, man. All I can say is I'm humbled. I'm grateful. That's really all there is to it. I'm just grateful because I remember just trying to get my SAG card, and in order to get your SAG card, you have to be SAG. How do you get your SAG card if you're not SAG? These are the you just kind of have to hustle and hope your way through it. And so the fact that we're here today, like I said, I'm just grateful.
I am as well for this opportunity with you. It's pretty
Thank you.
cool.
Yeah, it's awesome.
What advice would you give to inspiring actors or young professionals who are just starting out, especially those who may feel discouraged by the slow pace of progress in their careers and stuff like that?
Oh man, listen. Well, to that I would say everyone from the highest to the lowest feels exactly the same way. We all feel like we're only as good as our last job, and will we ever work again? We don't know. I think about it every day. I'm sure everyone else thinks about it every day. So that's number one. Number two is it is tough out there, and it's actually probably the toughest it's ever been. But it's also the best time in terms of social media
Oh,
and,
yes.
and right? And you yourself know, right? Like you can just have reach with a computer and your brain, you just
We're
and people love
nowadays.
yeah, yeah, exactly, right. And the other thing too is people love authenticity. They love just people being people, So that is the one, I guess, encouragement I would just say to people is just be yourself and get out there on social media. Put yourself out there. That's all you have to do.
As an actor, do you feel like there's been a shift in the types of roles available and the opportunities for actors in your demographic in Hollywood? And how have you navigated the industry over the years?
Yeah, I mean, look, I feel like it's definitely objectively gotten better in terms of representation, absolutely. But one of the things too is for every step forward, there's an equal challenge because now there's
Mhm.
more representation, but now there's more people of your demographic trying to do the same parts, right? So it is very interesting. And so, to that, all I can say is for anyone, you just have to, in order to navigate that, you really just have to lock into your authentic self. It's going to sound so cheesy, but it's really the only thing you can do is just put blinders on and do your own race. Run your own race. That's all there is to it.
I
You
agree
can't
with
look
that.
up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And a while ago, Sony announced, I believe somewhere, that they are rebooting their live action Spider-Man villain verse
Oh,
movies.
let's get to it. Right. Yes, here it is.
If
Right.
if given the chance from
Sure.
Sony, would you be up to doing a Mr. Negative solo villain verse like movie?
Oh, I'm going to say something controversial. So, no, I
Okay.
would not be up to it. There you go. Just because I always say yes, right? Every actor says yes. But of course, right? Who wouldn't want it, right? You have money, you have fame, you have recognition, and you have a great character that is a
Yeah.
lifetime character that you can be known for. Absolutely. Look, pigeonhole me. That's what I would tell Sony. That's what I would tell anyone. Pigeonhole me. If that was the only character I could ever play again, I'll play it. That's okay. Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah. And you're a great Mr. Negative. I'll give you that. And
Oh,
now it's
thank
time
you
for
very much.
Spider-Man questions.
There we go. Let's do it. Yes.
You gained massive recognition online as Mr. Negative in the Spider. I mean, you you gained massive recognition as Mr. Negative in the Spider-Man video games, with casting rumors for Spider-Man: Brand New Day and recent calls from fans for you to take on the live-action role. How does it feel to have that kind of support from the community? And would you be interested in bringing Mr. Negative to the big screen?
Oh man, here it is, right? Yeah. Well, look, Again, we already know the answer. Do I want money? Yes, of course. Do I want fame? Of course. Mr. Negative is an awesome character to play. He's so fun. So of course, I would bring him to life on the big screen if given the chance, right? That's out of my control. Now, how does it feel having all the support? I mean, it's amazing. I never thought I'd get here. And I tell this story all the time too. When we first debuted Spider-Man in 2018 to Hall H in Comic-Con, I remember they announced Mr. Negative, and I remember reading the comments on the YouTube videos for the trailer, and they're like, "Who is this random Asian guy in a suit? Who are we fighting?" Right? There was a very few people that knew who Mr. Negative was.
Yeah.
So when they announced Mr. Negative and they announced me, I came out to not thunderous applause, but just complete deafening silence. And so to go from that to this, and I can't blame them, right? To go from that to this, to now people recognize me and recognize the character too, right? Because it's more than just me, right? It's the character is cool, right? I think that's very cool. I think that's very gratifying to see. It's an awesome thing, and it's very inspiring. It keeps me going because you never know what can happen. I guess that's the other thing I'd say to young people or to anybody trying to get in this business. You never know what is around the corner.
You always got to open up. You always got to answer the call at your door as well.
That's literally it. Exactly. Exactly.
And if given the opportunity by Sony, hopefully they do give it to you, to reprise the role as Mr. Negative for the Spider-Man Brand New Day, how would you bring your character to life differently, knowing the difference from the video game to the big screen with this new adaptation on the big screen with the character?
Ah, well, I would try. I say this all the time too. I would hit the gym. Truly, I would get so jacked you would have no idea. It would be insane. And then as far as, maybe a difference between the video game and real life is it's been 6, 7 years now since we first started filming that. So time, I'm older. So I think I would bring a little bit of the gravitas of the age. At the time, I was pretending to be that age. Now I am that age of Mr. Negative. So I'm like right in the perfect age. So that's what I would do.
And that's what myself and the world of the Spider-Man community hope for. They pick up the phone and start calling.
Thank you.
Maybe they already did. We won't know because I can only imagine their NDAs are pretty strong over there.
Yeah, exactly. Even if I did know, I couldn't tell you. But yes, but I do appreciate that, truly. Yeah.
The fan support for you to play Mr. Negative in a live action seems to be growing over the last few days and weeks. Fans have said they will not accept anything less of you for being cast by Marvel to play Mr. Negative. Do you feel like a special connection to the character, given your background as Mr. Negative and what's not?
Yeah, of course. I mean, absolutely. Again, it was the first role that kind of got me some recognition. Also, it was the first role that really was kind of, I feel like, tailor-made for my skill set. When I first auditioned for it, we didn't even know it was for a Spider-Man game. They just said it was going to be this Asian bad guy. He was a martial artist. He was super cool. He was had an attitude, but he was also really nice. Had no idea. And again, I had spent a better part of a decade in stunts leading up to that time. I had done movies, TV shows, video games, always as stunts. I studied martial arts for many, many years. I am a son of immigrant parents, right? I am, in fact, Chinese, right? So it's like, wait a minute, all these things kind of coalesced to be this one character. And also, again, you talk about, do I have a special affinity for it? It's my face. I think that's a lot of people don't really know. They're surprised when they see it. They go, "Oh, that guy looks like Mr. Negative," and it's like, yeah, it is. They scanned my face. So in that regard, yeah, absolutely. Physically, I absolutely have an affinity for the character, and I always will.
That's awesome. What was it like interacting with Miles, Nadji Jeter, in Marvel's Spider-Man 2 and seeing that story circle back around where Miles pretty much, I can't think of the word right now, but he stood his ground and you guys were kind of like a team at that one point in the game.
I thought that was an awesome twist. I love when the villains, can redeem themselves. And working with Nadji, it was amazing. I had seen him kind of grow up. He was this kid, and now he's a strong, strapping man, right?
Yeah.
With music career, right? And he's such a talented dude, and he never let any of the success get to his head, which I give him all the credit for, because if I ever got to that level of success, believe you me, it would get to my head. I truly would become a diva monster. I'm telling all of you. So, but, yeah, it was a great reunion, and to be able to, again, I mean, that was a cool thing about Mr. Negative. You're able to play this duality of the good and the bad, and in the same breath with Miles, I was able to fight him and then also work together with him. I mean, it's the best thing an actor can ask for.
Back to the Brand New Day discussion. Have you read the Brand New Day comic, and what new elements would you bring to your Mr. Negative if given that choice once more to reprise the role, but for the bigger screen?
I have read it, yes. When I first started the role, I had to do all the research. You know, one thing that struck me about Mr. Negative is he's super duper vicious. You know, and I think the video game did an amazing job of humanizing Martin Lee and Mr. Negative. And I think if there's one thing,
bad guy.
yeah, right, exactly. If there's one aspect I would bring to layer on top of it is maybe some kind of daredevil, right? Daredevil viciousness, some Punisher vicious. Look, we all, no spoilers, but we all saw what they did in this latest season, right? There's some viciousness going on. So I think that's one thing that might be able to incorporate in there.
Would you ever like to see Mr. Negative communicate with other Marvel characters?
Oh yeah, Shang-Chi. I would love him
Yeah.
to play with, Shang-Chi and what is it? What is that team? The Asian team that Shang-Chi is part of? That Agent Wu runs, Atlas or whatnot. I would want to run with those guys. And then of course, who doesn't want to battle the X-Men, right, in the future?
Pretty cool. And I know pretty soon we have to wrap it up. But I have one final question.
Sure.
It's about what could come next for Marvel Spider-Man 3.
Hey, there we
go. I know you probably can't say much at this time on Marvel Spider-Man 3, but my question is, will you be reprising your role as Mr. Negative? And if so, when will you be filming for Marvel Spider-Man 3?
You just dropped the nuclear bomb, right? All I can say is I don't know. They haven't called me, and even if I did know, I couldn't tell you. But I will say I am very hopeful, and I do think you will see Mr. Negative obviously in the future in some media, in some form. He's too big of a character now to ignore, and that is largely thanks to, again, the fan base for making that character so popular. And yeah, and thank you for having me. And these were amazing questions. I love that you dropped the nuclear bomb at the end.
I was waiting for that. I had that written since this was given to me.
I know. I saw the smile on your face. You were waiting for it. That was good. That was smooth too. So.
Hey everybody, Carson here. I would like to thank you for watching today's video here on my YouTube channel. It was a very special video, and I'm very thankful for the opportunity and very grateful to have this opportunity to interview Stephen OYoung and talk about his career, current projects, future projects, and share some advice, and of course, learn a little more about some stories from his time on set of some of his projects over the years. And of course, asking all about some Spider-Man questions. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please leave some feedback below in the comments section. I will be reading them, and I will appreciate every feedback that is given, because this was my first ever interview. And I would also like to let you guys know that as of right now, I have officially launched my blog, where more opportunities come, and I will be writing up blogs about those. And I will also be reviewing games and so much more. So if you like to stick around for those in the future, you can please check those out at carsonkellyblogs.com. And yeah, I appreciate all of you tuning in for this very special presentation here on my YouTube channel. And I hope to see you again soon. And I hope to get more opportunities like this in the future, because this was fun, refreshing, and very new for my channel. I am very thankful for the opportunity once more. Special thank you to Stephen OYoung and his PR team, his agencies, and all that cool stuff. Thank you. Be sure to follow and support Stephen OYoung below via his social media links. And yeah, folks, I appreciate all of you tuning in. For those who watched, thank you. For those who will watch in the future, thank you. I am once more very grateful for the opportunity to have this opportunity. I know I just said that 5 times over. I apologize. I am very happy with this opportunity, and I hope it brings opens up some more doors, because I believe it will. And this was very fun, very exciting. And as you can tell during the video, I was quite nervous at points, because it's pretty cool. I got to talk to Mr. Negative from the Spider-Man games. Man, that's pretty cool. And some other characters he played over the years. We talked a little bit about Mission Impossible. We talked a little bit about Tom Cruise. Everybody loves Tom Cruise. I like Tom Cruise. He's pretty cool. We talked a little bit about Spider-Man, a lot about Spider-Man. Of course, Spider-Man Brand New Day. That's always cool. I'm very thankful for the opportunity, everybody. Thank you for watching my stuff here on the channel over the years, because without you, opportunities like this can't happen. So I'm very thankful for opportunities like this happen. And I'm just going to leave it at that, folks. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more. And you know when it's an outro, I got to grab one of my favorite drinks. And this drink is just some good old green tea. And folks, I would like to thank you once more for watching. I'm very thankful for the opportunity to have interviewed Mr. Stephen OYoung. All right, everybody, take care. Have a good night, and we'll talk again soon. Peace. Oh, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I forgot to say that line. But I hope you guys enjoyed the interview. Please let me know down below your feedback and all that stuff, please. I will be reading them. And I hope to have more interviews like this with you guys in the future. I'm very thankful for this opportunity. All right, take care, everybody. Cheers. Bye-bye.